What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty 2017. Normally, I'm not the type of channel that jumps on all the hype train on the next CoD so early and everything, and covering every little bit of information, but today is a big one. It's been more or less confirmed that it is going to be boots on the ground next year for Sledgehammer's Call of Duty. So today, I just wanted to share with you guys what my personal thoughts are on this. These are all my opinions. Feel free to disagree. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I just hope we can keep the comment section down there clean and respectful. Respect other people's opinions. Feel free to have your own. Feel free to share your own, but try to have some respect for other people. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so starting this off, I just want to be very clear that this isn't 100% confirmed that we're going to have boots on the ground this coming Call of Duty year. It's very, very strongly suggesting that we're going to have boots on the ground, but they haven't come out right and said, this is going to be boots on the ground. We haven't seen any sort of gameplay, nothing like that. This was just from a Q4 earnings call from Activision Blizzard, so this is more so designed to attract investors rather than give information to consumers about what's coming up in the next Call of Duty game. So don't take this as 100% confirmation of boots on the ground combat, because in the past, I can't remember if it was Infinite Warfare or Black Ops 3, one of the little slogans or one of the things that they said was, we're going to be taking Call of Duty back to its roots. And we didn't get boots on the ground from that. A lot of people thought that was confirmation of boots on the ground, and it wasn't, not by any means. Having said this, I think we've got a lot stronger indicators this year that it is in fact going to be boots on the ground. First off, I'll read you a quote from that earnings call from the Activision Blizzard COO, and this is, in 2017, Activision will take Call of Duty back to its roots, and traditional combat will once again take center stage. So here they actually say traditional combat, rather than just saying going back to the roots. That one's a little bit more of a vague statement, but traditional combat, that definitely leads you to think that it's going to be more that boots on the ground style. And just to solidify that even more, one of the co-founders of Sledgehammer Games, Glenn Schofield, tweeted this about his co-founder, Michael Condrey. I found Condrey's boots on the ground. So here I think is very, very strong hints that it's going to be boots on the ground. I think it's pretty safe to assume that it's going to be boots on the ground. But at the same time, I'm keeping that little bit of skepticism just because we've been misled in the past. So now that we've covered all that, just in case you guys are wondering where all this boots on the ground talk is coming from, what are my opinions on this? Now, for those of you guys that have been around my channel for a while, you'll know that I actually do enjoy the advanced movement in Call of Duty. I wasn't a huge fan of it in Advanced Warfare. I thought it was a cool change of pace, but overall the whole double jump system, I didn't really like that too much, and it felt like you had to always be like 100% on because there was people everywhere. They were like in a complete spherical radius to you at any given time. They could be anywhere. Whereas before, in more traditional combat type Call of Duties, you basically just had to worry about one level plane, or maybe like a second story window or something like that. But it was pretty simple, and it went a little bit too advanced for me. With Black Ops 3, I think they found a really nice balance, and I love the way that the movement system works in Black Ops 3 as well as Infinite Warfare. I feel like they found that nice balance where it's not so crazy that people are always up in the air above you and boost jumping all over the place and just doing crazy things that are super, super fast. The movement system opened up a few opportunities for you, and it allowed you to do some pretty cool things, but I feel like it brought it back a little bit more in the direction of where it used to be, where map control and things were still very important, they were still key, and boost jumping didn't make the game too completely chaotic, in my opinion. I think they found a great balance with that in Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3. So for me, I really like those games. But having said that, I also really like the traditional Call of Duty games. I started playing CoD multiplayer back in Call of Duty 4's life cycle, and I've loved it all the way through. I've adapted with it, I've grown with it. I love the old school movement, I love the new movement, and I am totally fine with them going boots on the ground next year. But it does concern me a little bit because there are so many of the newer Call of Duty players that have just come in the past couple years and just started playing Call of Duty with the advanced movement, and they haven't experienced that boots on the ground sort of Call of Duty before. And there's likely a very large group of those people. I'm thinking more towards the younger audience, but this is like the newer generation that's coming in with Call of Duty. And I have a feeling it's really not going to work out for them. I think this is going to turn a lot of those people away. Now, are they the majority? No, probably not. I wouldn't say they are. but they're also a very important group for Call of Duty going into the future because, like I said, they're that next up-and-coming generation. Now, that's not to say that they're all going to absolutely hate it. I just think, like, if I would have started with something that allows you so much freedom like this advanced movement does, where you can jump around, you can wall run, you can do all this crazy stuff, you feel like you're so free in your movement and your control over your character. Once you restrict that for them, I feel like they might not like that at all. For me personally, I'm used to the old school stuff, so I'll be able to adapt and get back into that, no problem. It's just like me playing Tactical TDM in Infinite Warfare. I love playing Tactical TDM in there, but I also love boost jumping around and playing some of the other game modes. So for me, I can go either way. Personally, I don't really care too much as long as we've got solid gameplay, good map design. They are most likely going to have supply drops. There's really no avoiding that. They're going to have supply drops in this game. I hope they handle it more like Infinite Warfare rather than like they used to with Advanced Warfare or with Black Ops 3 even. I think Infinite Warfare did a great job with supply drops, or they're doing a great job with supply drops. I'm talking about it like it's already gone, but I'm still really enjoying myself with Infinite Warfare. But really, I'm starting to get off on a different tangent now because this is about boots on the ground combat, not about supply drops and all that. We'll be talking about that in the future as we get more information. But yeah, the boots on the ground for me, I'm cool with it. I'm excited for it. I'm a little concerned it's going to turn some of that newer generation away, which I don't know if that's going to be a big deal or not. I do have a feeling we're going to see a lot of complaints from that group now. Coming next year, there's going to be a lot of people complaining about how they miss that advanced movement and they feel so restricted. But overall, I think short term for sales of Call of Duty, this is going to be a very good thing. I think next year is going to be a very high selling game just based on this, just boots on the ground. That's honestly all they had to do, in my opinion, is announce a brand new boots on the ground shooter. And I think people are going to love it. Also, we did get hints that this is not necessarily going to be set in the future, or at least not the distant future like Infinite Warfare. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be a near future sort of thing, so that opens up a lot of opportunity for variety and maybe a little bit of innovation and creativity, so they can do some guns that maybe haven't been made yet, or maybe are just prototypes at this point. I don't really want them to go back in time. I've heard all the rumors that it's going back to Vietnam and stuff. I don't like the idea of a Vietnam Call of Duty right now. I think near future is the way to go. We'll have to wait and see once we get more information on that. And with that, I'd like to know your guys' opinion on a boots on the ground Call of Duty coming this year. Are you guys excited for the idea of that? Or are you going to be one of the people that's really going to be missing the advanced movement? Let me know in the comment section below, and like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys could please just respect other people's opinions. Feel free to have debates and stuff like that, but have some respect for the other people down there in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.